After having their first encounter washed out, India and Pakistan seem to be headed for another draw before the reserve day saved the match. A returning KL Rahul looks to make his mark on the game alongside a settled Virat Kohli. Will the Pakistani bowlers turn this game around, or will India continue to dominate with the bat? On the other side of the globe, New Zealand and England have been busy slugging it out in a back-and-forth T20 series. With the ODI series on the line, who will come out on top and secure a much-needed series win? And great news amidst the slugfest as big names make a return to the World Cup squads for both sides. Further down south, Marsh looks to make a statement against South Africa as newly appointed captain of the Aussies. Will the big man's captaincy debut be memorable, or will the Proteas spoil the party? And who has Virat Kohli named as his favourite current player, much to the surprise of his fans? All this and more in today's episode of Cricket Culture. During a recent interview, the modern-day king of cricket, Virat Kohli, surprised everyone when he named his favourite current player. It is public knowledge that Kohli regards Indian legend and all-time great Sachin Tendulkar as his idol and inspiration. He has also previously named former teammate and legend MS Dhoni, as well as South African legends AB de Villiers and Herschel Gibbs as his favourite players. But speaking during an interview for the 2023 Asia Cup, Kohli named Ben Stokes as his favourite current player. Kohli's admiration for Stokes is no secret, having lauded the English Test skipper on multiple occasions before. Being the big game player that he is, it is not surprising that Stokes is receiving recognition from fellow greats of the game. The two also have a lot in common as two of the grittiest, most dedicated players to ever play the game in recent times. On a lighter note, fans on social media have been claiming Kohli's love for Stokes for ages, claiming that every time India takes a wicket, Kohli fondly mentions Stokes' name. However, that joke seems to have run its course, with Stokes famously tweeting that it was only funny the first 100,000 times he heard it. Up next, we have some great news for the reigning ODI champions, England. Current Test skipper and modern-day legend Ben Stokes has decided to come out of ODI retirement for the 2023 ICC Men's ODI World Cup. This decision comes after weeks of speculation that something was brewing behind the scenes that would ultimately lead to Stokes' rejoining the white ball side. Following this decision, former England star Luke Wright took to Twitter to show his excitement by tweeting that the big man is back. Previously, English white ball coach Matthew Mott had said that if Stokes ever decided to return, the ODI team would welcome him back with open arms. Addressing the claims that Stokes had been persuaded to reverse his decision, current ODI skipper Jos Buttler said that the decision had been completely left to Stokes. Knowing Stokes, he said, they knew that he would never pass up the opportunity to represent England during the World Cup. He further added that the entire team was excited to have him back. New Zealand have revealed their provisional squad for the upcoming 2023 Men's ICC World Cup. Two big names have made it to the squad, much to the relief of the supporters. Kane Williamson and Trent Boult will be making their long-awaited returns to the side after long absences. Boult made his comeback to the team recently during New Zealand's ongoing tour of England. Having missed out on a central contract at the hands of the New Zealand Cricket Board, the premier pace bowler had been sidelined for much of the previous year. However, he made an instant impact in the second ODI, picking up 3 for 37 in 7 overs despite a heavy loss to the English side. On the other side, Williamson will be back in time for the World Cup as captain, despite rumours that the Kiwi run machine would not be able to make it back in time. The squad list is as follows: Kane Williamson, Tom Latham, Devon Conway, Glenn Phillips, Trent Boult, Tim Southee, Mitchell Santner, Jimmy Neesham, Daryl Mitchell, Will Young, Mark Chapman, Rachin Ravindra, Lockie Ferguson, Ish Sodhi, Matt Henry. After having drawn the exciting 4-match T20 series after being 2-0 down, the Kiwis have looked to stamp their authority on a stacked England side during the ongoing ODI series. This series has been highly unpredictable, with the tide swinging one way in one match and the other way the next. Coming off of 2 impressive wins in the last 2 T20Is, New Zealand carried their momentum into the first ODI, making a meal out of England's total of 292. The Kiwis Aussies finished with 297 for 2 in just 45.4 overs, with Devon Conway and Daryl Mitchell scoring impressive hundreds. A returning Ben Stokes also made an impact with a sensible half-century, but that wasn't enough to secure a win for his side. The second rain-affected ODI saw English fortunes on the rise as the hosts scrambled to 226 for 7 off 34 overs, despite being 55 for 5 at one stage, thanks to a destructive 95 off 78 from Liam Livingstone. In reply, the visitors were bowled out for 147, with David Willey and Reece Topley sharing 6 wickets between them. The third ODI takes place on the 13th of September at 11:30 AM GMT. Virat Kohli has made headlines once again after scoring his 77th century across all formats in the 2023 Asia Cup. The magnificent 100 came at the back of a low score against Pakistan in their previous encounter that was washed out a week before. Despite rain threatening to disrupt play yet again, the ACC's decision to include a reserve day proved fruitful as we were able to have a full day's play without a reduction in overs in either innings. After a destructive start from Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill, Kohli partnered with KL Rahul for an unbeaten 233 run partnership. Kohli's 47th ODI century was a masterclass and his 4th consecutive 100 at his beloved R. Premadasa Stadium, Colombo. The bowlers simply had no answer to Kohli's form, with the Indian legend scoring runs at will. The most notable aspect of this glorious innings was Kohli's fitness, something that has been a subject of praise throughout his career. Out of 122 runs off just 94 deliveries, only 54 came in boundaries. The rest came off singles and doubles. The massive partnership helped India reach their highest ever ODI total against Pakistan, 356 runs for a loss of just the 2 wickets. Another man was busy making headlines on the 11th of September alongside Virat Kohli. After undergoing surgery back in May for a serious thigh injury sustained during the 2023 IPL, KL Rahul made a triumphant return to the ODI side, scoring a dazzling 111 runs off 106 deliveries to help his side post their highest ODI total to date against Pakistan. Batting at number 4, Rahul looked calm and assured from the get-go, smashing Haris Rauf and Shaheen Shah Afridi for thunderous 4s on the pull. Despite rain disrupting play on the 10th, he started where he left off on the reserve day, combining with Kohli to smash the Pakistan bowling attack all around the park. He took a particular liking to the spinners, dismantling Iftikhar Ahmed and Shadab Khan with some big hits. The shot of the day came against Shadab when Rahul danced down the track and flicked the leg spinner over the leg side for a colossal 6 using just his wrists. The match ended well for the dazzling duo as India registered their biggest win in ODIs against Pakistan after bowling them out for a mere 128. These are good signs for the Indian supporters, seeing their team in such great form ahead of the highly anticipated World Cup. On the other side of the globe, newly appointed Aussie skipper Mitchell Marsh made history by leading his team to a ruthless whitewash in the T20I series against South Africa. The visitors were clinical in their performances, beating the hosts in almost one-side affairs throughout the series. To make this series more memorable for Marsh, the skipper was named the man of the series, scoring 186 runs off 100 balls across the 3 matches and having been dismissed only once. The first T20I saw the hosts being bundled out for just 115 while attempting to chase Australia's massive target of 226. The Aussies played with the same intensity in the second T20I, chasing 165 off just 14.5 overs for the loss of 2 wickets. The third T20I saw an improvement in the South African batting, but the Aussies replied with the same enthusiasm, chasing down 191 in just 17.5 overs. Fresh off a statement T20I series win against South Africa, the Aussies kept their momentum going by securing 2 wins off the first 2 ODIs of the 5-match series. Mitchell Marsh is at the helm again, with Pat Cummins being ruled out due to a wrist injury sustained during the 2023 Ashes. During the first ODI, Australia looked to be in trouble at 113-7, chasing 226. Marsh Labuschagne found his way into the team under familiar circumstances, being brought in as a concussion sub for the injured Cameron Green. Green had been struck by a bouncer from Kingisa Rabada shortly after his arrival at the crease. Labuschagne made the most out of his opportunity by scoring an unbeaten 80 alongside Ashton Aggar's 48 to help his side cross the line with 3 wickets to spare. The second ODI saw Labuschagne in full flow as he scored 124 off 99 balls to help Australia post 392 on the board. It is often mentioned jokingly that Labuschagne as a concussion sub is a different beast, but that may actually be the case. Having won man of the match in both games, he will be looking to continue his good form as the Aussies look to whitewash the hosts in the ODI series as well.